Hey there. Alright, today we're gonna focus on what epic heroes you shall focus on in your game, especially for free-to-play players. Um, well, initially I would say everything depends from what game gives you. Assuming that you're active and you do all the nodes of the game and you get all the shards to summon and all the boxes and everything. You're gonna have your troops. So I assume every single one of us gets a slightly different setup from what I've seen. Not everybody have the same troops, fortunately and thankfully. So assuming that, for example, you're far away in the game and you have some troops already to play with, I would say for me my main focus is the rank. So for example, rats are on rank 10. Right here you can see the star. So what that means that 10th rank allows me to upgrade it to level 200, which ultimately increases the health and the attack. Obviously that will be multiplied by the skills and the talents. And that's also important thing to develop the talents, okay, because this kind of, if you notice the last four, they make a massive difference to the character. So depending what your game gave you, whoops, that's not what we wanna do. There you go. I'm just gonna give you a few words because there is sort of first way of playing this game when you get a bunch of random characters and you probably will set some tanks in front and some attack behind. But later, what this game offers, it's actually a little bit more combined attacks. So some of the characters, for example, apply poison. Different characters will upgrade that poison or maintain it or do something about it. For example, if you're being attacked with an army with poison or with electricity, you have troops which can counter that and use that poison attack to, for example, boost their attack speed or something. So I will leave you the opportunity to discover that aspect of the game. But overall, which epic troops I'll recommend? Well, definitely those you see here on level 200, that's the ones I'll recommend. Rats, recently I had a question why I'm not using them. Well, I do use them, it's just that I prioritize the electricians, I call them, those guys, conductor. It's simply because they have cool skills, they apply electrocution, you know what I mean? They smacking with electricity your opponents, which makes them freeze for a moment. And they also spread that to the troops around. So if you have a strong melee front line, and a lot of the times that's the case, they will make a difference. Just chuck them in, see how they go. Yeah, and it's not much, but makes a difference. They quite strong attack for epic troops, so I like them. And there's 3 of them, so depending, if you have 2 of those, so 6 troops in total, there is a difference between necromancers and those. So I'll definitely recommend those. Archers, guys, the hunters, they used to be a little bit more nasty. They chilled out a little bit, but I would say that this is one of the most important epic characters you wanna have, because they can reach the back of your enemies. So if there is right now the healers are really being a pain in the neck a little bit. So if you have, for example, 2 golems with 2 trolls and 3 little healers behind, that's a wall you'll struggle to go through. And if there are archers or hunters behind, you can use these guys to take them down, which will increase your chances to survive or win. Now, this is the healer. I would say that below rank 10, they're not really... I mean, depending where you are, obviously, if you're around 100, 200 Ks of power, they might be annoying you if they are in opposite team. But I would say they really start being useful around rank 10 and with talents developed, You'll notice. I have 2, but I'm using 1 because at this stage, that's just, I don't need to use the second one. It's my defense, does the job. Golems, I would say that they are very, very cool. I see some people are using them, some people aren't. I would actually say that they are really, really awesome, because if you see the amount of health they have, and if you surround them with healers, they're untouchable. On top of the fact that when you kill them, they break and kill everything around as well. So, I mean, maybe not kill, but harm and spread. So there is a bit of interruption in the attack, which your troops can use to spread a little bit more, because right now the front line holds back the second line of melee attack. So you have to also look on that sometimes, please check when you're attacking, does all your troops, the melee attackers, attack, or some attack and some are standing behind, because those guys behind are being placed wrongly, which means that if you place them somewhere else, they can actually attack in that moment rather than not do that, which means that your overall attack is weaker. Alright, Merman, I'm still in the phase of checking these guys out. Their stats are pretty decent, but from what I've seen, they either get stuck or something is wrong with them. Officially, they're supposed to accelerate the attack speed of Alice inside the little splash they're doing, which is, I think, 3 radius of 3. There you go. I don't know. I need to spend some time and just do tests on them, and I'm kind of trying to test them. Anyway, I'll keep you posted, but they're not bad. But, you know, if you have 6 of those guys, they will definitely make a difference. I think I remember once I got smashed, someone had 4 or 5 set of 3 with berserkers, and they just went through me like butter. So that's why I got inspired to dig in this character. Next thing, yeah, the werewolf, the trolls. That's a #1 character you wanna have. The abilities, the healing abilities of this guy, in combination with this folk, it's just unbeatable. Yeah, if you watch this movie and you don't have a healer, please do so, because my heart breaks every time I come across players like that, because you guys, I'm beating people on 1 million power while I was on 600k. Same like I'm getting smashed sometimes by people on 200k level with ridiculous defense. It's just, if you have no defense, like not a single healer, you're not a worthy opponent. There you go. Alright, next, mushroom shield. We're gonna open the seek skills, because everything will come out in terms of what I was just saying before, but I'm kind of pushing them a little bit while we're here. Let's do that, actually. I don't do their skills because their skills for my set are absolutely useless. I use them in Towers of Fate mainly because sometimes you cannot use golems and you want to have some defense around level 70-80. So yeah, they kind of do the job a little bit. Next thing, I'm not the biggest fan of those, but if you have lots of them and you develop them, they are badass. Okay, you just want to put some attack boost or rage boost around them, so you make them quicker, and they can be nasty. Catapults will work when you have a setup with a lot of them as well, or really strong wall with the fire guys. Those I don't think I have these guys. Oh, I did. Wait, I will show you. Oh, those guys. Yeah, those guys with catapults are a badass setup, and you're gonna come across, the game is using this a lot, and if that's developed, you will see your setup just pop. You're gonna have 100% and then pop, and you're gonna have like 15 left. So watch out on those. You wanna keep those guys away. So if you have melee, try to do some range attack, strong tanks in front, not to lose the troops on their initial attack, the fire slashers, and then you should be sweet. Alright. Pyromaniac. Well, if you have plenty of them, they're being pain in the neck, but as a single one, unless you have some smart setup to defend them, because they're very vulnerable. So I just stay away from them for now. Plus, level 8 right now, I'm pushing, trying to go rank 11, rank 12. Ranks 8, I don't pay attention yet. I got initially super excited about these folks because I had plenty of them, and with assassins as well, but unfortunately the game wasn't very keen to these guys, so they're kind of waste of time in my opinion. If you start the game with them and they work for you, brilliant, but yeah, don't really, you know, sweat too much around these guys. Now, Crabomancer, that's one of the most, I think, if not the strongest epic character. I stopped developing it because I just got different characters. But initially, if you have it, you shall push this one and develop it to the max because it's a bad character. It was punishing me a lot initially. Yeah, nah, you just put emirs on the back and you can have 5 or 6 of those attacking you and 2 emirs just smash them within seconds. Same with what's their names? Daniki, those guys, Dakini, there you go. Dakini or emirs. Those folks, you keep them on the on the back, right here on the back of your line, and whatever arrives there is getting just annihilated. If you didn't know, now you know. Valkyries, well, I don't have enough of them, but if you have 2 or 3 sets of 4, they can be convenient. Anyway, check out the skills yourself. Well, I think that will be it in terms of epic sort of characters. In terms of legendary, obviously those the game provided for me, which I could develop to rank 10 plus. This is the ones you see here. I would say that Berserker and Emirs are definitely the ones you wanna push for, because Emirs in Chambers of Destiny, you know, if you push and rank this guy up on all the ranks you can have, up to rank 14, 15, you're gonna go through this like crazy. I personally really like Elemental Witch. I don't know, I have some sentiment for her. I'm still trying to get and to build her skills, but just not patient enough. But ultimately, she is being a pain if she's developed and well defended, especially towards the last minute, last 30 seconds, because she's gonna have this mechanic friends, plenty of them, and one shot they'll kill even a golem, everything. He'll boost your rage, so he's a nice guy. It's just I have him on level 5, rank 5, so I cannot really see him shining, but he still does the job, so I'm looking forward to have him higher developed. I know that will increase my attack dramatically. This is the air shield. If you watch top players, like top 50, top 10, they're gonna use 3 or 4 of those guys, and behind plenty of archers, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to get in there to start to challenge that and see is there any other way, but I assume that the biggest spenders already went through that, so potentially long term that will be one of the most important characters you wanna have. This is a cheeky bugger. I just got it to level to rank 10 yesterday, so I'm gonna push its development, so stay tuned. But I've seen if you don't pay attention with your setup and you leave healers and the conductors, electricians, you know, unprotected, even rats, because the rats are sending small rats not as often as they used to, so they're quite vulnerable on the back attacks as well. And this guy arrives halfway through the match, so he doesn't teleport on the back straight away. So if you have 2 or 3 of those, you can have a really strong and nasty setup. So kudos to you. If not, try to get this one because it's fun. Thor, I've come across really nasty setups, so this is definitely a strong character and worth to have. Unfortunately, Mai is on rank 5, so I cannot compare it to anything to tell you, you know, the difference, for example, between him and Berserker on rank 10 in terms of which one has higher health and attack and stuff like that. I would say they're even. They will be more convenient in different setups, in different situations, because this one electrocutes, the other one gets annoyed. So, you know, depending if you have this one with conductors, definitely a nasty setup. if and when I upgrade the rank of this guy, I'll let you know. Same thing, undeveloped, no idea from my point, but I've seen her doing damage to me, so if you have her on rank 10, definitely worth pushing, like Elemental Witch. It's from the same family. This is an asshole, this guy. If you have them, use them. They can be really annoying at healer, and they're unbreakable. I think this is a some sarcastic approach. I don't like this character, I wasn't using it. If you know anything about it, please drop a comment, otherwise I'm just gonna move on. I don't know, there's something in this character I'm completely just not interested. Samurai, initially, badass, waste of time, don't go for it. These guys, definitely, keep pushing, nasty. And as much as you rank them up, this number increases, so... And they go like hunters, you know, they attack through everything, and their attacks, their fire goes through everything and burns, so it's nasty. Now, those guys, I'm looking forward to push them, because I think this is one of the most convenient characters on high level, because they regenerate health while they attack. And if you have few setups of those, while the population increases, with a healer and a troll or like a werewolf, they're unstoppable. That's an asshole. Definitely worth having and developing, especially if you have few of those. These guys are cool, but I just, yeah, it's nothing crazy. You know, I had so many times opportunity to play those guys developed on Chambers of Destiny, and if you have strong wall pushing forward, they're fine, but I believe they're too strong. Archers, those guys are Thundershot, they're much more convenient because they have attack on the back line, which if they are really protected, it'll wreck you completely. Same with these guys, but I don't know, I don't have bad experiences with them, I always kill them easily, so perhaps if you have them strongly developed, perhaps they will work. I haven't come across setup which will hurt me with this. And Hermit, so many questions about it. Guys, this guy gives boost to the attack speed, so you have to put it on the backline, right on the same path which you have the strongest attack, and they're gonna boost the speed of it ultimately. Anyway, alright, I'm not gonna talk about the green and yellow characters because we don't use them. So if you have any questions or you wanna share anything, please do that in comments. Otherwise, if you like it, please hit subscribe, and see you next time.